Hi, I'm Agnes Chung, and I'm walking here on Korea Way, also known as K-Town in New York City. I'm on my way to see Chef David Kang at his new restaurant, but before we go, I want to tell you a little bit about Guestraurant. Guestraurant creates and hosts social events that gather people around delicious food. These events can be anything from a food festival to the famously elusive pop-up restaurant to even an intimate cooking session with renowned chef Michelle Roux. These events provide fun, easy ways to meet people and enjoy great food in an experience and atmosphere that cannot be replicated. With over 90 events listed across Canada and the U.S. in the next couple of months, Guestraurant is looking forward to launching more signature events in the U.S. in 2012. This summer, they were shortlisted to the top 7 most innovative and up-and-coming business of 2011 by the UK's Metro newspaper. Guestraurant is coming to the most competitive and ever-changing food locale in the world, the great New York City. And the reason I'm in Koreatown today is because Korean flavors are readily emerging in all sorts of cuisines right now.
Hi, I'm Chef David Kang, and I would like to welcome you to Dongcheon Hong, which is a Korean Chinese-inspired restaurant in New York City. Both my parents are restaurateurs, so I grew up around food my entire life. And I wanted to continue exploring different cuisines, cultures, and traditions. So I traveled the world and visited countries throughout Europe, Asia, and the Americas. Our concept here is to respect the traditions of Asian culinary cuisine while adding a new, fresh twist. I want people to enjoy the same types of food that I grew up eating. And at Dongcheon Hong, we have Ja Jang Myeon, which is a very popular dish here. And Ja Jang Myeon is not only delicious, but it also has a cultural symbolism in that the noodles in it represent longevity of life. What's interesting about Ja Jang Myeon is that the Chinese brought it over to Korea over a century ago when they settled in Incheon. And ever since, it's been incorporated into the Korean cuisine.
I'm with David at his restaurant in the kitchen where he's going to show me how to make Ja Jang Myeon. And David, you know, Ja Jang Myeon is something I grew up eating my entire life, but I was kind of too intimidated to learn and try it. The flour that you make these noodles out of, that's not some flour you would bake with. They're specially made for making Ja Jang Myeon, correct?
Yeah. When you make the dough, you make it out of special flour imported from Korea that is specially designed for Ja Jang Myeon. A little bit of salt, some baking soda, and water. Traditional Ja Jang Myeon is noodles with the sauce on top, but you can also mix it in to make a different style of Ja Jang Myeon.
All right, why don't we get started? What's the first thing we put in this wok?
The first thing is the oil that is in here, which you heat up. Add in the pork.
Okay.
Here. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar.
And I see it caramelized in there around the edges.
It caramelizes around the edges and it flows into the oil, so it's different than dropping it straight into the oil, as you can see, where it wouldn't caramelize.
Oh, so it's really important to drop it on the hot outside.
Yeah. And now I'm going to add the vegetables, which consist of onions, cabbage, and squash.
Now, how do you know when they're done?
When they start releasing their juices and the flavor, so they'll look translucent. Next, I'm going to add in the soy sauce to add more flavor. So a little bit of ginger. And the next ingredient I'm going to use is Chun, which is the black bean paste. So it adds the color and it adds the flavor.
So it's the main star that we're throwing in right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't look so appetizing, but it's amazing how something like that can turn into something so good. It looks yummy already. Now I have these noodles over here all ready to eat. Can you scoop me some?
Sure.
Well, thank you so much. It looks delicious. I'm Agnes Chung here with Chef David Kang. Thank you for being with us, and please make sure to check out more inspiring restaurants and events at guestaurant.com.